History happened everywhere. A random time, a random place, and a topic pulled from the hat. The challenge to find the fascinating.
Wait, Pete. You've forgotten what time of year it is.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's just after Christmas.
And that can mean only one thing.
It's the end of the year quiz.
History happened everywhere. End of the year quiz 2022. And here's your host, the deliverer of devastating decisions, the Honourable Judge Dersley.
Hello, I'm here, that's me, the judge, in the HHE studio. Well, that's what they call it. And I'd like to welcome you all to the HHE End of the Year Quiz. Throughout this year, our co-hosts have brought an amazing 25 episodes of History Happened Everywhere. Each one of Peter's episodes has revealed fascinating facts from around the world. But now it's time to see how much they've remembered. So, over a number of rounds, I'll be asking Pete and Ryan questions which have been set by Jim Coulson, the friend of the show and only person who have listened to every other episode apart from me. Pete and Ryan will then compete against each other to answer as many questions as they can correctly. And in the end, we'll have a new History Happened Everywhere champion. All right. Well, last year's winner was Pete, but this year there's all to play for. Before we begin, let's meet the contestants.
Hello, my name is Pete Goddard. I'm from Croydon in the UK, and I like history, writing sketches, posting fun facts on social media, and flags.
Hi, my name is Ryan Weir. I'm also from Croydon, and I enjoy researching facts, editing the show, and trying new foods and drinks from around the world.
Well, that's who's playing, but what a stupid thing. We all know who you are. So why don't we just get started? Here's the end of the year quiz, brackets music, close brackets. So the first round is who got there first, Portugal or Britain? The sharp-eared amongst you might remember this is very similar to a round we had last year, but only two choices. There'll be 4 questions. I'll name a place or a country that you've covered this year, and I'll be looking for both of you to correctly identify who got there first, whether it was Portugal or Britain.
The likely candidates.
Yeah. And Pete gets to go first. So, the United Arab Emirates. Who got there first? The British or the Portuguese?
Is it the Portuguese?
Correct.
Yes! It's always the Portuguese.
The second question for Peter, and there will be 2 for Ryan coming in a second. And Peter, the second question is Hong Kong. Who got there first? The British or the Portuguese?
This was Ryan's episode. I'm going to say British.
Yes, well done. So that's 100% for Peter.
That's all you've got to beat Ryan.
This is a stupid game so far. It's been 2 questions and I've not had a chance to ask one.
Okay, Ryan. So now there are 2 questions for you.
Okay.
Portuguese or British?
Yeah.
British or Portuguese?
Who got there first? Okay.
The Gambia.
Well, the Gambia is not far from Portugal, so I'm going to go with Portugal, the Portuguese.
Well, Ryan, in 1455, as you said, or whoever said, I don't know.
Peter said it was the Gambia.
So, Peter, as you no doubt remember, in 1455, a delegation explored the River Gambia.
From the Portuguese.
And gave it its name. And cambio in Portuguese means trade or exchange.
Woohoo!
Obviously, we took it off them afterwards.
So I got that right.
You got that right.
Hooray! Nice. Oh, you got me all nervous then. I didn't think I'd got it for a second.
Well, I sort of do pull them out a bit.
Yeah, no.
And your question here is Grenada.
Right.
British or Portuguese?
I mean...
This was your episode, Ryan.
Was it though?
I think it was.
Was it?
Was it?
Okay, so Grenada, was it British or was it the Portuguese? In Grenada, it was the English who arrived first, the British.
Correct.
Nice.
So that is 100% round.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
Because that is quite interesting because, of course, there was no Portuguese presence in the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean, right?
Why did they not go there?
I mean, they got everywhere else. They were too busy.
No, yeah, they were.
Possibly it was on the wrong side of the Tosteladas Declaration line.
Yeah, probably that.
I was just about, it was on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with you.
What was the Tostillation something line?
I don't know whether it's the right name to Tostiladas, but the Spanish and the Portuguese got together and decided that there was an arbitrary line that they would draw, which effectively went to the middle of Brazil.
Okay.
Which everything to the east of that line was Portuguese, or everything unclaimed to the east of that line was Portuguese, and to the west of that line was Spanish.
Oh.
Which is effectively why most of Latin America, apart from Portugal, is Spanish.
Oh, well, there you go.
We must have done this one as well, but is it St. Martin or St. Martin, which is one of the Caribbean islands, which is still split between France and the Netherlands. And they started at a point and they said, what we'll do is we'll each walk around the island, and when we meet up again, we'll draw a line across the island, and that's our side of we won. But did you know the French ran?
Did they?
Ah, classic.
That's quite clever, though.
I'm surprised they didn't both run. I would have dispatched my finest runner, to be honest.
That's quite a good idea, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so.
And so at the end of a rather tedious first round, I'm afraid in base 10, the scores are level and are 2 points each.
It's neck and neck.
It's neck and neck. 2 points each. That's pretty good.
Still everything to play for.
God, all of that for nothing, basically. Okay, this second round, I'm going to put on the buzzer.
Oh, that's good.
So shall we hear what the buzzers are? Ryan, do you want to go first?
Triumphant.
I think the word you're looking for is hubris. And I think the police have finally caught up with Peter.
I have a sense of urgency to my answers, not your laid-back chirpiness.
So I have a button which I can override everybody with this rather cheap sound effect.
Whoa!
That does sound like something we're going to hear
A lot.
a lot.
So that is effectively my electronic gavel for this episode.
Oh, okay.
So that's what they sound like. I don't think we'll forget those in a hurry. And so let's have a test question, because I need to see who presses their button first. Okay, the test question is, what year is it?
2022.
I didn't specify which calendar.
Fair.
Impossible to know, not enough information in the question.
Well done. I'll give you a point for that.
Wait, for a test? You've genuinely given him a point.
Yes.
Right, fine. We shall see. We shall see
Don't you
who
just
wins.
hate it when people want stuff so much? So the next round is to do with reviews, and surprisingly, people have listened to the podcast.
They have.
And have reviewed it.
Yeah.
So this will see how well you have scoured your reviews. First of all, I just want to know, was it a review of HHE or not?
This should be easy because I've had all of them tattooed on my body.
Well, surely that would be easier for Pete to see those.
Only if I'm reading his body, which I have no desire to do.
I didn't say where on my body either.
So, was this a review of HHE? It's like the pub conversation you always wanted, but were too drunk to ask. I think that was Ryan.
Yes, that was me. And the answer is yes, that is a real review.
Yes, it was.
Okay, fingers on buzzers. And the next review is...
Adept at breaking down initially esoteric concepts and explains in a manner by which...
Our listeners do not use most of those words because they listen to us. And so I'm saying that is not an HHE review.
Yes, you're absolutely correct.
So what was it?
So it was from Drinking from the Toilet, a dog training podcast.
I'm glad you added that last bit because for a moment I thought that didn't feel like something with esoteric concepts involved.
Okay, the third question, is this an HHE review or or not.
And to be clear, do we have to listen to the whole quote before we buzz?
Well, it doesn't matter. If you buzz and get it wrong, you lose a point. Simple as that.
Okay.
So number 3 out of 6.
Yeah.
It's, sorry, but the show's gone too far downhill with the recent woke comments.
Could be us.
That does sound a bit like us, doesn't it?
Peter.
Is it us?
I'm afraid it's not us.
No!
So
Is it not us?
You don't have to. It's a 50-50, Ryan.
Well, I can't give a point for that, but...
Well, wait. Why?
Okay.
You do have to give him a point.
Well, he got it wrong.
Then the rules are pretty clear there.
Okay, so it was Gardener's Question Time on Radio 4.
How woke can Gardener's Question Time be?
Bunch of snowdrops on that show.
I think they talk too much about aubergines.
I understood that reference.
So, God, we're only halfway through this. It's long and not that gripping. Try something else. So, a negative review.
I mean, it is quite long.
Say it again.
It's long and not that gripping. Try something else.
That's us.
No.
Really?
Oh, yes. In a way, I feel like not getting a terrible review is
But
like
I
getting a
wrote
good
that.
review.
It was a review of a film, an Amazon review of Citizen Kane.
Really?
So I've not seen it, so...
Okay.
A bad review is not the end of the world.
Okay, second last one. Makes me laugh my head off and teaches me stuff.
That's definitely us.
We do both of those things.
I have that tattooed across my chest.
Well, I'm afraid you're right.
Yay!
There's one final question, and yes, so it's highly recommended if you want to laugh and learn something.
Yeah, I think that's us.
You're awfully quick, are you, Peter?
No, I'm thinking things through, whereas Ryan's very impulsive. Now,
Well, then impulsive wins.
Oh! Ryan pulls ahead.
I'm ahead.
Gripping
7-6. Who thought that would ever happen? Not me.
Not me either.
No, I need to get onto my bookies. So that is the end of the second round, and so rather surprisingly, we have a score inversion.
A score inversion. That means Ryan's winning unexpectedly, I think, in science.
I don't think it's winning, I think it's leading. Let's get winning and leading are two totally different things.
Peter has 6, but Ryan has 7. Okay, that can't last. Okay, it's now round 3, if you haven't lost the will to live yet.
We've enjoyed a whistle-stop tour around the world over the last year, but what do you remember about the destinations?
This is the one I'm most scared of.
The following are all places that we've heard in episodes,
Yeah.
but which country are they located?
Oh, this is bad. This is
This
where
is
I feel bad about a
This
country.
is a buzzer round.
Okay.
So, where is the Manhattan of the desert? Did your buzzer work, Pete?
Let's wait for the answer, shall we? See how impulsive boy does that.
Manhattan of the Desert is...
Because I know the answer, Ryan.
Do you though?
Yeah, I do.
Do you? You should push the button then, shouldn't you?
I should have done. But it's your turn to give the answer. Please do.
It's Dubai.
No.
Balls!
Is it Yemen?
Yes, Peter, it is Yemen.
Why is that Manhattan of the Desert? That doesn't make any sense.
There's tower blocks in ancient cities. Do you not? This was your episode.
Yeah, you're right. Now you mention it, they were the tall buildings, weren't they? Yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race. Never mind impulsivity pulling ahead.
So, the second question is, which episode was Norvegia mentioned in? Peter?
Was it Russia?
No.
Can I steal?
You may answer the question.
So Norvegia.
Oh, you shouldn't have pressed.
Why?
Because you didn't need to. I can't stand it when people press in quiz shows when they don't need to.
I understand, and I apologise. I won't do it again, Your Honour. But the answer is, and I'm going to look at Pete, Bouvet Island.
Bastard.
Did you see my screen?
No, because I'm smart and clever.
It is Bouvet Island. Although I probably didn't score it well. It was my favourite one of the year.
You hear that? It's all coming up roses for Ryan right now.
For the record, my thinking was the Vikings who came down to Kiev and Rus came from Norvegia, but they didn't. that was wrong. But that was my thinking, and my thinking was solid.
Yeah. And Norvegia, of course, was the name of the company, the energy company that was digging up much of the Atlantic.
Okay, number 3, get ready. The Go Blonde Festival. Oh, that was quick.
That was so quick that I'm not totally sure I know the answer, but I'm going to say Latvia.
That is correct. It started in 2009, which was a parade of blondes to cheer people up.
How many hours of research did you spend looking at the Go Blonde Festival photos online?
No more than was strictly necessary for research purposes.
And how cheered up were you?
I was delighted.
Okay, I think this next one should be quite easy. Enorath.
You were wrong.
Oh, Peter, on a run here.
Middle Earth.
Correct.
Do you remember Enorath, the land of the Middle Earth peoples?
I don't remember Enorath.
You've betrayed the people of Tolkien.
And so the 5th question is, where is Axum?
Oh,
Axum.
I feel like this was one of mine.
Canada?
No.
Because that's where they chop the trees down. They axe them.
Oh, my Lord.
How do we take a point on that?
No.
Ethiopia.
Well done.
Yes!
This is rigged.
So, yes, Axum, Ethiopia, that was the supposed resting place of the Ark of the Covenant, which doesn't actually exist, so it doesn't rest there.
But if it did, it would belong in a museum.
It belongs in a museum.
And we have
Art time.
And we have one final question in this round. So the country in which the Diet of Worms was held.
I don't even remember what the Diet of Worms was. It should be memorable, shouldn't it?
The Diet of Worms was a parliament. You know, like there was a group of people, and it was where we were doing Simplicissimus in the Holy Roman Empire, which is nowadays Germany.
Slovenia.
No, it's not Slovenia. So I'm afraid you've lost a point.
Oh, come on!
Peter, you said Germany, which is correct. Yes! Well, look at that. At the end of that round, the scores, possibly controversially,
Yep.
are 11 to Peter and 7 to Ryan.
I'm pulling ahead.
1107.
What happened in 1107?
In the year 1107 CE, Emperor Horikawa of Japan died, and was succeeded by his 4-year-old son Toba. During the initial years of his reign, his grandfather held power, but when eventually he came of age to rule, Emperor Toba went on to become one of the most revered leaders in Japan's history. Today he is recognized as having brought stability and prosperity to the empire during a time of especial turmoil.
Right, we're on to round 4, general knowledge. But these are countdown questions.
So if you get the question on the first clue, which is the most difficult, you will get 4 points.
Ooh.
If you get it on the next one,
Yeah.
which is slightly easier, you'll get it in 3. Now, if you get this question wrong, the opponent gets all of the other parts of the question and can answer it for the next one down. So if you mess up on the 4 question,
Yeah.
I will read all of the others and they will score for the 3. You understand?
you have
It's a
to
good, if complex mechanic.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 1 for 4 points. This country contains the 2019 UNESCO World Book Capital.
Wow, he's gone for it.
I believe the country is United Arab Emirates, and for a bonus point, the emirate is Sharjah.
Okay, so that's 4 points plus. I will give you a bonus. So you are now on
Oh, this
12
feels good.
points. So you
Oh, he's pulled ahead with that one frankly magnificent
second
interruption.
multi-part question for 4 points. Which country is this? It is the second largest producer of carrots and apricots.
I'm not taking a risk on that one.
Okay, I'm going to go for 3 points. It is disrespectful in this country to place bread upside down on a table.
Oh, the bread people.
I'm gambling. Is it Kazakhstan?
No.
Oh, no!
So, for 2 points, I will read you both
No!
the next two questions. So, it is doubly landlocked,
Yes.
and it is rumoured that the United States pressured the IMF to massage this country's growth figures in return for being an ally.
Yeah, is the capital Tashkent?
Yes, it is.
Uzbekistan.
Correct.
Damn it!
For 2 points. So you now have taken the lead by a
Oh,
point.
this is end-to-end stuff.
Okay, this is the third and final question in this round.
This is an exciting round.
I like
is-
this round.
So the first question for 4 points is Hanno the Navigator visited this area in the 5th century and described meeting a hairy people named the Gorillae.
It's a gamble.
This is a gamble.
It is
Oh, this is a gamble. Because it was Western Africa. Mm-hmm. Is it Senegal?
No, it's not Senegal. So, for 3 points, I will read out these 3 questions.
No pressure.
If you do not get this right, I will 0 your score
What? That's a new development.
Where did that come from?
because it's so obvious and so easy.
Okay.
Right.
Let's see.
So, this country had a treaty with Senegal to work together, but pulled out because it feared it would be swallowed up by the other nation. Okay, so that's point 1. Point 2, which we have discussed before,
Yeah.
the name comes from the Portuguese word cambio,
It sounds like Brazil.
and it is one of only 2
up.
countries that includes the definite article.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Do you know what the definite article is?
Well, no, because that's why I'm asking.
The, as opposed to a, which is an indefinite article.
Right. Okay. My answer is the Gambia.
Well done. If you'd said Gambia, you'd have lost all of your points.
I was so close to
But
saying
you
Gambia.
did not. So you get 3 points. So you crawl
man.
into the lead.
I was so
again.
close. I was thinking it's Senegal or Gambia.
So, gentlemen, at the end of that round, again, there's been another switch. So we're back to being inverted.
Oh, yeah.
So it is 13 points to Peter and 15 points to Ryan.
Nice.
So maybe that trophy is changing location.
And what happened in 1315?
Let's find out.
In 1315, the Church of the Holy Spirit in Konstanz, Germany was completed. It took several decades to build this impressive Gothic cathedral, which replaced an earlier Romanesque cathedral that had been destroyed by fire. The Church of the Holy Spirit is known for its beautiful architecture and is one of the most important churches in the region. Today the church is a symbol for Konstanz's rich history and cultural heritage.
Okay, so here we have the next round is food and drink.
Oh.
So, as we know, the specialist food retailers of Croydon, if there are any, are delighted with History Happen Everywhere, as either eventually or Pete will turn up looking for a trolley load of stacks to impress the other with their culinary expertise.
That's very true.
That is what we do.
So, in which episode, I don't know why I shouted there, in which episode did we find out about the following food and drink items? So this is a direct round to each of you, and I will pass it over if you get it wrong.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the first question is, Ryan,
Oh, okay.
in which episode did you describe sanguichi di potito, which is sometimes described as rich and chewy? That's
Yeah.
all the clue that I'm going to give.
Yeah. So what are you looking for? The country?
The country.
Okay, so I think the country is Chile.
No.
Really? I was super convinced it was.
If Pete can name that country correctly, he will
Really?
get the point.
Oh, I think you were right with South America.
Yeah, I remember it. It was horrible. Do
Wasn't Chile?
you remember I made it for you?
Yeah, it was.
You
grim.
enjoyed it. You ate the whole thing and mine.
Yeah, actually, it was meaty, as I remember. It was
gonna
like
I'm
made
gonna
of
shut
an
up.
anus or something.
Oh, someone wants a drink.
Oh, the alert's been.
Now, if you had listened to what I said, if you can name the country correctly, you will get the point.
I think it was French Guiana.
No, it was Chile.
As opposed to Chile, which is what I said.
Correct. So there was no one got that one right.
What?
No, Chile is not a country, it's Chile.
Oh, you can't do that. Oh my God.
That decision is final.
No. No.
This is rigged.
You can't do that.
Chile is how they
It's
say
too
it.
much.
It's Chile. Chile, I've never heard of a country called Chile. Peter, so which country is this? And get the pronunciation correct. Cat.
Oh.
I'm
Cat.
sure it's something that you probably know about.
This was again, I think, a West African episode. I'm going to say we've had a couple of Gambias. I'm going with Senegal.
Nope.
Damn it.
Not even in the right continent. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
East Timor?
Interesting answer, but incorrect. Cat is a type of plant popular in Yemen,
Oh, yeah.
which when chewed gives a juice that provides effects which includes euphoria and
I remember
it
that.
says excrement here, but I think it's supposed to be excitement.
They did that and tons of coffee, and basically they were the hopped up nation.
Full of guns.
So no, again, zero on that one. This next one has a very nice name. Well, I think it does. Yeah. Ryan, this is for you.
Yep.
Bled cream cake.
Bled cream cake.
This is simple. This is easy.
Bled cream cake.
If it's not, then we can end this round because there's one of each.
I mean, I can only go on the name because I do not remember a cream cake. So I'm going to say Russia.
No, so I will pass that over to Peter.
I mean, I remember it well because I spent really quite significant, and my mother spent some time helping me bake this cake.
Oh, right. Still not ringing a bell.
I'm not sure about the country.
What did it look like?
It was like a sort of custard tart kind of thing. It was like I had a custard. I don't know how to make a custard, Ryan.
I love custard tart, so
I
I would
know.
remember that. Clearly not very memorable cake.
I'm going to have to pass because I can't remember the exact country.
Okay, so I think that's fair. The bled cream cake was Slovenia. I think there would have been a lot of choices because it's somewhere in the Balkans.
I knew it was Slovenia.
Do I get a bonus point for knowing it was light in Slovenia?
Do I get a bonus point for remembering that Slovenia exists?
Do I get a point for existing?
The answer to all of those three questions is no.
Okay.
So, following that rather pathetic round, there has been no change to the score. So it is 13 points to Peter and 15 points to Ryan.
In 1315, Enguerrand de Marigny, a French bishop and politician, was serving as the Chancellor of France when he was arrested by King Louis X. He was charged with 28 counts of abuse of power, including embezzlement and receiving bribes. Originally, the king was inclined to banish de Marigny to the island of Cyprus, but an additional charge of sorcery resulted in a brutal sentence of public execution by hanging. De Marigny was hanged on April 30, 1315, and insisted until the end that he had only been carrying out orders. Despite his controversial reputation, de Marigny is remembered for his contributions to France and is mentioned in the final chapter of The Hunchback of Notre Dame as a just man.
Are you ready for the next round?
Definitely.
So the round is called Badly Explain an Episode.
Oh,
That's easy.
And there's only one each. So here we
okay.
go. This is a buzzer round. So are you ready?
Yep,
A
Buzz is ready.
foggy film set near some oil.
A foggy film set by oil.
Peter.
Bouvet Island.
Well done.
They discovered oil in the area. The film was Predator.
It was foggy there. To be
No,
fair.
the film was Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, and
So I
it was
should-
foggy as heck. That's a point.
That is
So
a point.
there's a point there for
Oh,
Peter.
it's 14 to 15. Everything to play for.
I'm disappointed I didn't get that.
Okay, so the next question is,
I'm ready.
I think this one might be quite easy.
Okay.
So it's a wet, fighty place where a country's future leader doctored his logbooks.
That was recent.
Ryan. It was recent, but there is no point for that.
How's impulsive working out for you, Ryan, right now?
No, I mean, clearly I remember this, and I'm now just drawing this out.
5, 4,
Okay,
3.
it's Italy.
Nope.
Why is it not Italy?
Because it isn't. Peter.
That's what I was going to say. Because of the doctored logbooks.
You have no right to get annoyed about this. So I will read the question again. Wet, fighty place where a country's future leader doctored his logbooks.
Yeah, all I heard was logbooks, and that was the clue.
5, 4.
I don't know.
3, 2,
Dampmere.
1. And the answer is?
Don't know.
Okay, that was the Atlantic.
Oh!
But on fingers on the buzzers, and I want the proper name.
The bloody submarine
I want the proper name here. Who was that person who doctored the logbook? Oh. And I want the proper name, not Ryan's name for him.
Okay.
Are we talking about the Admiral?
Yes.
Donuts.
Ryan?
Admiral Donuts.
Sorry, Pete.
I didn't press the button.
I tried to help, but and he even didn't say donuts.
Why?
No, but I'm going to edit it in now.
Donuts.
Donuts.
So that ends.
No clue on that.
That ends that round.
I thought the doctoring of logbooks was so recent in the Italy episode. That's all I could think about.
I mean, that was all I heard. I heard logbooks.
Before we start the final round, the scores: Peter is 1 below average, and Ryan is 1 above average. So that's 14 plays 16.
What happened in 1416?
In 1416, the Chinese Admiral Zheng He made a significant visit to Lamri, a trading port on the North Sumatran coast in Southeast Asia. During this visit, he gifted the local rulers with a shipment of ceramics. This event was particularly notable because it marked the first time a Chinese trading ship had arrived in the region since a giant tsunami struck the area in 1394. The tsunami had caused significant damage and disrupted the medieval maritime Silk Road trade route for nearly 2 decades. However, with the arrival of Zheng He and his ceramics, trade routes were eventually restored.
Oh, interesting.
And the last round, in which there is only one question. Well, there's a choice of questions, but we can do something about
I
this.
choose the easy question.
But you don't get many points if you choose the easy question.
Oh, I see.
And the round is called Home and Away. So you could choose a home question for 1 point, and a home question is from your own episodes that you researched. You could get 3 points if you choose an away episode. If you get it wrong, your opponent can have a chance to answer the question for the appropriate number of points.
So if they'll get home points if they get my away question. Is that what?
It's the other way around.
Full amount.
So
They get the full
So
amount.
if I go away, he's got 3 points on his own turf.
Yeah, on my own turn. But only if you get it wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only if you get it wrong. So that is the insurance that you have to think about.
Okay.
Ryan, you are first.
Oh.
So home or away?
Well, I mean, let's go away.
So away is for 3 points.
Yeah.
And if you get this wrong and Pete gets it right, Pete will get 3 points.
Bold as brass.
So these are more of a question, but the country I need in the answer.
Okay.
Who or what are the Pankriti?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a great question, Paul. And I thank you for asking it. Could you spell Pankriti for me?
Yes, I can, in case I said it incorrectly.
Yeah.
Papa Alpha November Kilo Romeo Tango India. Although I'm not sure India's allowed anymore. Pankriti. For 3 points, Ryan. Actually, if Pete gets it wrong, you will get a point.
Oh, Okay.
I think that's a fair thing. If someone who doesn't...
All right, well, then I don't know. Over to
You
Pete.
don't know. So Pete should have an easy 3-point hit. Forgive me for changing the rules halfway through, but I will.
Piece of cake. That's no problem. The pancreas relating to the pancreas, which is
In your body.
so clearly it was Uzbekistan.
I'm afraid Ryan gets the...
Woo! It's only because I had no idea what the
So-
pancreas was.
The Pankrati is a name which means the Bastards in Slovenian, and they were a punk rock band.
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
Curses in Slovenian.
So, Peter, home or away?
Well, I'm now 14 to 17 behind, so I have to go away, don't I?
Okay. So, for 3 points, in which country would you find the Association for the Promotion of Cross-Ethnic Joking? The Association for the Promotion of Cross-Ethnic Joking.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Oh, it's so familiar because it's the people who say, how's your dog? How's your cousin? How's your cousin's
that's the
wife? Benin.
I'll give you 5, 4, 3.
I'm still saying Benin.
It's not Benin. So, Ryan.
Stop looking at the map. That's cheating.
I'm not allowed.
That's totally cheating.
Where in the rules does it say I am not allowed to stare at the map?
You weren't far.
Go on then.
I'm going to look at Peter as I
Oh,
say it.
you will get 3 points.
Yeah.
Will you?
I will get 3 points,
Yes.
yeah.
You will get 3 points.
I will.
If you get it wrong, Pete gets a point.
3 whole points, Petey Poo. You ready?
Yeah.
The answer is Burkina Faso.
You are right.
Burkina you. Oh, man.
There are 2 more questions.
I could easily pull it back.
You could, yeah.
You lose, I win.
I shouldn't cheer so much.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't, actually, if there are 2 more questions.
If he gets a 3 and I get it, and then I get a 3 and I get that, I've got 6 points. Oh, yeah, I see a point. Maths.
So we could either stop the thing here or continue.
No, obviously we have to continue. I'll fight to the end.
Okay.
I can pull this back. Not mathematically, obviously, but Ryan might cock something up, and that he has done repeatedly.
Wait, so is this the final round?
Well, there are 2 more questions. of
And that's
which
it, of
There
the
are
quiz.
6 points available.
And I'm 7 points behind.
Well, then why are we bothering?
Because you might press that stupid button again.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
should not have warned you about that.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said that.
So, Ryan, home or away?
I'm going to go away.
Well, that's just gloating. You
Yeah.
could have gone home and really secured victory.
No, I'm going away.
Okay, so I think this is quite an easy one. For 3 points.
Yep.
And definitely the victory. How is Raz Tafari Makonnen better known? So that's how is Raz Tafari Makonnen better known?
I thought this was super easy, but
Yeah, I wish I paid attention
his
to
face
these
is
things.
not looking like this is as easy as I thought this was.
Did my face
And clearly,
What was his name again?
Don't tell him. He had his chance.
Because Pete
Tell him
has,
his name.
because Pete has just twigged it.
Have you?
Yeah, I know who it is. It's extraordinarily obvious.
There are 3 points on this question.
Would you mind repeating the question one more time?
No, I don't think I will.
Oh, then
you should
I've
have been
completely
paying
forgotten
attention.
about it already. How long have I got left?
5, 4. You don't press the buzzer.
No, I was pushing the button to let you know that I was ready to
No,
say the thing.
you lose a point. 20.
No!
You lose a point.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
3,
I did try and warn you, Ryan.
2, 1.
Jeffrey! Toby!
0.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know what the answer was.
Well, I couldn't really read it out because it would give it away. Because when I read it out the second time, I could hear Pete immediately get it. Raz Tafari Makonnen.
The only, not just averagely Selassie, but highly Selassie, the
Yeah, I
Lion of Judah.
I did not know. any of them.
Absolutely. So that, 17-20 with 1.
Back in it. In it to win it, my
go.
friends.
Now we may need that tiebreaker question, actually.
This is crazy.
So if I go home, I've definitely lost. And if I go away, if I get it right, I'm at least level.
You've leveled, and then we'll have to have a tiebreaker question.
Well, I clearly have to go away.
Okay. So you're away for 3 points.
So bring it neck and neck.
Who was Spike, whom we heard about in an episode earlier this year?
This is rigged.
Was he a tiny street dog of some kind who advertised electricity?
But where was he from?
Well, that is the bit I'm really struggling with, to be honest. I remember the facts. I just don't remember where they happened now. It was South America, I can tell you that. We did Animals of Chile. He's an animal. Chile, not Chile.
It is Chile.
Yes!
How have you dragged that back?
Surprisingly, the score is 2020. So first of all,
that year?
what happened in 2020?
Nothing good.
I think that's correct.
In 2020, something unexpected happened for Italian farmer Christian Malaxi. His dog, Spilacchia, gave birth to a puppy with green fur, which is a very rare occurrence. The puppy, whom he named Pistachio, was part of a 5-dog litter born on the Mediterranean island of Sardinia. Pistachio's brothers and sisters all had white fur, the same as their mother, but the green color of Pistachio's fur is likely the result of the puppy coming into contact with a green pigment in the womb called biliverdin. The color is expected to fade away over time and Pistachio will have all white fur like his siblings.
On this tiebreaker round, as unfortunately Jim did not think of this situation where you would be both equally bad.
He knew Ryan was going to lose.
Yes.
Who knew Ryan might pull a draw out of the bag?
So what we're going to do, and this is going to be an honesty round,
Okay.
I would like you to question each other on episodes. It's up to you to make up a question.
Oh my God.
I will have my hand on the buzzer.
Okay.
And if I think it's an invalid or an unfair question, I'll press that and another question needs to come. So, Ryan, heads or tails?
Heads.
It's tails. So, Pete, you can go first or second. It's up to you.
I'd like to go second because I
Okay.
can't think of any questions at this point.
So, Ryan,
It's like High Noon, 2 cowboys. It's the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's the 3 of us.
Can I be good? All bad.
I think this is a case of Schrodinger's cat with 3 items. We are all good, we are all bad, and we're all definitely ugly.
That's very true.
So, this is the penalty shootout.
Okay.
As a penalty shootout, of course, it's 5 each, and then you score it. And then if they're the same after 5, then it's sudden death. So we're not going to do sudden death immediately. Ryan, you are to ask the first question.
Okay.
And it needs to be a simple question.
Okay. So, Peter, in which country do they infuse their drinks with animals?
Yes. They were the little. It was a rum.
Mm-hmm.
It was a rum with like bugs and things in.
Could have anything in it. Herbs, leaves.
So we need the
It was a
country.
rum which makes me feel Caribbean, which makes me want to say Grenada.
Incorrect. Dominica.
Oh gosh, darn it!
Okay, so Pete has missed, so it's still 0-0.
Ryan,
Yeah.
in one of my episodes, I talked about the daughter of a dictator releasing a perfume. What country was that?
Right. The daughter of a dictator who was making perfume. I remember this very distinctly. And I remember the country because it was smell in Uzbekistan.
Oh, it was! He's got it!
Ryan has taken the lead. Ryan leads
Back into it.
1-0 after 1 penalty each. And now we're on the second penalty.
Okay, Peter, in this episode, I spoke about sharks and crocodiles. What country was this?
Sharks and crocodiles.
Yes, correct.
Well, there were crocodiles in a couple of episodes. Hong Kong.
And that is the right answer. Yes! He shot, he scored.
Okay. So it's 1-1, but Ryan still has a chance to stay in the lead after the second round of penalties.
As long as I answer this question
As long as you
correctly.
answer it right. If you don't, you're all square again.
In this episode, Ryan, I talked about sexual selection. Where were we when we learnt about sexual selection?
Don't say in the bed.
In the HHE studio, where we talked about sexual selection. I don't know the answer.
We were in Algeria looking at trilobites with the forked heads.
Yeah, I'd never have got that.
That was because it was millions of years ago.
Literally.
God. So, gentlemen, we are so incredibly close. So you've each scored one and missed one.
Okay.
So this is the third penalty.
Okay, Pete, the Derslater gave me an episode which had procrastination as the topic. Oh. What was the country?
Oh, that's brutal.
You must not procrastinate in your answer.
Oh, come on. Procrastination. You were procrastinating. You were going to do a whole thing where you didn't do the episode, but then you did do the episode. Oh.
3, 2, 1.
Serbia. I know you didn't do Serbia, but he was stressing me out.
I'm afraid you shot well over the net there. I believe that's the phrase.
I was well over the net. I'm so sorry.
The correct answer was Benin.
Benin.
Procrastination in Benin.
So,
Ryan, in one of our episodes, we visited the first gay pride parade of that nation. What nation was it?
It was Slovenia.
It was not. It was Latvia. God damn it!
I got it for a minute.
this is the fourth question, and you've each only got one correct.
Oh my lord.
Peter, in which episode did I tell you a story about Captain George Forster Sadlier?
Captain George Forster Sadlier?
Correct.
Of the Buckinghamshire Sadliers?
Sure, if that helps.
He was dispatched to fight the people of the pirates in UAE.
I don't want to give him that because it's not the right person. He was but it is the right country, so I'm going to have to give it to him. He was the guy who went wandering across Saudi Arabia looking for the Pasha Ibrahim.
You're correct. You're right. Correct. Have a point.
So, in the first time in this shootout, Pete takes the lead.
Okay, Ryan.
And it's your question. This
is
it.
my
This is
question.
the end question, right?
No, not
Only if
necessarily.
you get it, we're into sudden death.
If you lose, that's it. If you win, it's sudden death.
Okay.
Okay.
And you are the first sudden death question.
All right.
In this episode, this country
Yeah.
people went bananas for workers' rights and paid the price.
I like the way you phrased that question, by the way. It sounded like an actual quiz question.
Didn't it, though?
Yeah. Paid the price for workers' rights in this country.
So, Ryan,
yeah.
you have
I'm thinking.
5,
I'm thinking.
4, 3, 2.
Colombia. Is it Colombia?
It is!
Hey!
Well, this is very exciting.
Or a long drawn-out affair, depending.
So this is the fifth penalty, and you're 2-2.
So whoever gets one wrong, if the other one gets it right,
Yeah.
it's game over.
If you get it both right, it's sudden death.
Okay, Peter, are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
What was the country for which you scored your worst score in the verdict this year?
That's a harsh question, because I
Surely you'd know.
I'd forgotten it.
I'd put that out of my mind. I'd block out the bad things. Okay, I'm going to say it was the Gambia.
Well, I can tell you that in the Gambia, you got a B+.
It's probably not that then.
And the answer was, Ryan?
The correct answer was Bhutan.
Well, you would remember my lowest grades. I don't forget my lowest grades. I only remember great grades.
And you scored a D+.
Oh, that's not good.
So, we are now 5-2-5-2. This is a sudden death. So,
if I get this right, I win.
correct.
So, Ryan,
Yes,
in
please.
what country's episode did I talk about the defenestrations of Prague?
The defenestration of Prague.
Are you giving it away?
Am I, though? Or is it a clever
Is he though?
ruse?
It definitely wasn't in Prague.
Oh, I spied the ruse.
I don't think Prague is a country.
Oh, we're going to be here all night. I have no idea, is the answer.
It was Germany, because it was part of the Holy Roman Empire at that time.
Okay, so
Right.
it's my question now.
Right.
If Ryan asks the question, if Pete gets it right, he wins.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
This year, we have had only one country that has been a wild card country. What was the country?
That's not fair.
All 25 episodes, only one of them
It's a
has
valid
been
question.
wild card.
I can tell you that Italy was a wild card time.
It was. That was the Renaissance.
So
What's the place?
Similar to that, but for countries. So one of the other countries.
Yeah. What was the other country that was a wild card choice?
5, 4, 3.
Hong Kong.
That is incorrect. The correct answer was Yemen.
Oh,
I chose Yemen.
why would you choose Yemen? What I didn't remember. It's
a good question.
Only a lunatic would choose Yemen.
I'd agree with that, but it won. And Ryan, rather surprisingly, in everyone's opinion, has won on the penalty shootout.
Wait. I've won the end of the year quiz.
Yes.
Congratulations. Fine,
Now-
don't shake my hand. Just whoop around the room.
Now Pete has to hand over the trophy.
Yeah, hand over the trophy, Peter.
There you go. have
I'd
that.
like to thank everybody who's helped contribute towards my
thank
episodes
you.
this year. There's my trophy. Well, there you go.
Ryan, you've been an amazing opponent.
Yeah, I know.
And you're a terrible winner.
Hey, I'm going to soak this up because I should not have won.
Au contraire, we've done a fine job podcasting this year, and I look forward to doing a fine job of podcasting with you next year, my friend.
Absolutely, 2023, starting with sleep in Mexico during the Middle Ages.
Mr. Dersley, I look forward to getting terrible, terrible reviews from you for the rest of the year. Once again, as ever.
But in the meantime, if you'd like to get in touch about any of the things we've discussed this year, you can reach out to us through our website at hhepodcast.com or by email at Pete and Ryan and Paul at hhepodcast.com.
There's no Paul in podcast.
There's no Paul in podcast.
You heard it here first.
No, we'd love to hear from you. It's always nice to hear from any of you, anything you'd like to tell us, any suggestions for next year or any feedback. We'd love to hear it.
And you never know, you might end up featured on a future show. And if you're on Mastodon, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, you can find us at HHE Podcast. So we're going to be back again soon with the next episode, which is Sleep in Mexico during the Middle Ages. But until then, a huge thank you to you, Mr. Paul Dersley.
Can I go home now?
You can leave, yes.
And thank you also to Jim Coulson, Quizmaster extraordinaire.
And to everyone who's listened to us over the past 25 episodes over the course of this year, 2022 has been fantastic. 2023 is going to be the best.
Oh, we're cooking up some good stuff.
That's it. And I guess all that's left to say now is...
For a year, you've been listening to...
History happened everywhere.
Hey, Ryan,
Hey, Pete.
I've got your trophy here. I've had it engraved.
Oh, wow, look. Ryan Weir HHE Champion 2022. I'm going to put that in my awards cabinet.
You have an awards cabinet?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's where I keep all my awards.
Wait, how many awards have you got?
Loads. Here, take a look.
Wow, look at them all. That's a lot. I'm impressed and surprised.
Yeah, it took a lot of effort to get them all.
Wow, I can imagine. So what's this one? Best Dressed in the Office 2017.
Yeah, that's just a silly little thing.
Oh, GQ Man of the Year?
Yeah, that one was a little bit harder to get, that one.
Wait, is this an Emmy?
Yeah, what, the one behind the BAFTA? Yeah.
You have an Emmy and a BAFTA?
Yeah, I mean, it's no Oscar, though, is it? I mean, that's on the shelf below.
You've got an Oscar?
Yeah, I picked that up a few years back.
That is mad. Wait, what's this one? This is a Nobel Prize.
Yeah, that one I'm super proud of. It's really hard to get, that one.
Well, yeah, and it says it's for physics,
Yeah, I was up against some stiff competition, I can tell you.
but you don't know anything about physics.
Well, why would I need to know about physics?
Because how else do you win the award?
Well, you do your research, you've got to be a bit strategic, you watch the competition, and then at the end of the day, you just put in the biggest bid.
Bid?
Yeah, on eBay.
eBay? I thought this was your awards cabinet.
It is my awards cabinet, where I keep all the awards that I bought on eBay.
So none of these are yours.
Well, I mean, they're all mine. I've got the receipts and everything.
Ryan, you can't just buy an award.
Why not? I mean, how do you think I got this end of the year quiz award? Dersley doesn't come cheap, you know. I had to pay him a fortune.
This is outrageous. It's ridiculous. It's unbelievable. No wonder he didn't accept my money this year. I better start saving for next year.
May the best man win.
Blah, blah, blah.